I am warning you that we are going into a world of AI. I am not forcing you, but I am compelled by the Lord to warn you that in the new world, and this came out in today's call, God says that they will do away with older people as obsolete software. And I think I wrote this stuff. I wrote these prophetic words from the Lord either in 2019 or 2020. I will look for that prophecy where I actually saw them exterminating older people because the New World Order was frustrated with them. They were struggling with the new software. They were struggling with the new everything. They could not keep up with the software. And I saw myself working twice as hard. I was doing all my work and doing all my mother's work because there's no way on this earth that I was going to have my mother fall in her daily quota of online work because she couldn't figure out the software. I was working my work and working her work. Because in that world, working the online work is tied to the food you get. It's a diabolical and wicked thing, Christians. And you need to go deeper than show me the scripture for this. Why should I show you the scripture? Here's my question. Why don't you know the scripture? To some of you, here's the challenge I'm giving to some of you who continually push back at me. Well, I need to see scripture. I'm asking you, how come you don't know the scripture? How come you don't know this that I'm talking about? Where is your closeness and fellowship with God? How come he's not telling you that they're planning to put us into a living Pavlovian experience where they're going to press a button and we're expected to feed and then press another button that will zap us and we're expected to stop feeding? How come you don't know that the future of employment means that you have to complete online work at an interface that is alive? The interface in my dream was alive. I was trying not to obey it, and it was forcing me like a helmet on my head, forcing me to keep my eyes on the screen. How come you don't know this? Where's the scripture for the fact that you don't know this? This is something for us to think about. I'm not going to hold anything back here. I'm leaving it all on the pitch so I can say to God, I ran this course and I finished it in grand fashion, the best that I could, Lord. I did not tell them any lies. I told them what the bottom line was. And they were free to do with it as they chose. A boxed world attempting to turn human beings into little rats. Little rats. And if the rats perform well, the rat can have a salary and the rat can have a little time off. These people will attempt to tell us who can fly first class or not. Social credit score will determine your social credit score, how you're behaving, and also your score goes up if more people like you. So if you're likable, if you have a YouTube channel that just tells people lots of stuff and that the rapture is coming soon and that Jesus is happy with the church, you'll have a perfect score, a near perfect score. A channel like this would probably be like -8 billion if the down likes were counted against me in the New World Order. That is why I saw them taking the people who preach, taking the pastors who say that gay is not okay. I saw them taking them and beheading them. Their crimes were disturbing the peace, inciting religious bigotry. Imagine, these are the dreams the Lord is giving me. Where's the scripture for people in black that take you and chop your head off and throw your head on some pile, throw you naked without a head on some pile, and you get no burial? That's what God was telling me today. The burial of Tophet. He said that they will get tired of burying Celestial, and the body will just lie there, and people will have to step over it because they have to get to where they're going. That prophecy is called pogroms. I said that they will have public executions in this country. And the person's blood, the guilty people, the falsely accused people, obviously, because in that world, they will be killing people for nothing, on a dime. They will be inventing crimes to find people guilty of. You are guilty of not having enough eyelashes on your left eye. The penalty is death. They will just be exterminating people for nothing. Ken Peters said these things before the video became as clear as my video is. This man saw this truth from God before God sent me here. Who knows these things? And if you know them, how could you forget? I saw that blood will dry on the roads. It will get black and sticky and horrible because the sun will be shining on it. And whenever I was walking and I saw that sticky, I just went around the pool, avoided that whole sticky part on the road, and kept walking. God is not unjust. He has warned this country for by my estimate, if I have to see a video that old telling the truth, at least 50 years. David Wilkerson takes the timing of warning even further back. Dimitri Duduman, these are people that I had to go and look for them on the internet to see what they were saying. And they're saying exactly what I'm saying. So where is the distress and the shock? The only proof of distress and shock means that nobody believed those people then. That is one thing I have found out about the man, Pastor David Wilkerson. The pastors at his level persecuted him for that 1973 vision. And if you try to look through his teachings, if he continued bringing that warning, he eventually left it. They were ready to cancel him back then in the 70s for being brave enough to speak that word. And soon enough, as soon as they persecuted you enough, then they just cover you with dirt. They just cover your words with dirt. And then the party keeps going. The party is going to end up in the hands of Barack Obama. And that guy is a party pooper for sure.